Welcome to the Elevated Woman's Podcast, your guide to optimal health and confidence. I'm Dr. Akindipe, family nurse practitioner and women's health coach. I help women in midlife reset their bodies and reclaim their confidence. So this is the place where real talk meets real solutions. No quick fixes, no fluff, just the tools, strategies, and stories you need to break free from stubborn weight gain, balancing your hormones, and stepping into your healthiest self yet. Whether you're navigating perimenopause, menopause, or simply just tired of feeling like your body's working against you, then you're in the right place. Let's get into it. Welcome back. If this is your first time, I'm Dr. Day. I'm a family nurse practitioner and a women's health coach. And this space is where we talk about real bodies, real hormones, and real solutions. There's no shame, no extremes. Nobody's going to tell you, try harder. Okay. So this episode, I want to start with this. If eating less was the answer, you would already be at your goal weight, right? Okay. But instead, so many women are doing everything they've been told. Cutting calories, skipping meals, fasting longer, and somehow feeling more tired, more bloated, and more frustrated, and the scale is just not budging. So if that's you, I want you to listen very closely. This is not failure, but your body is adapting. Okay, let's dive into what I'm talking about. Today, we're going to talk a little bit more about metabolic adaptation. And I think this is something that's very important for women, especially those of us that are navigating hormonal changes. You're getting into your 40s and beyond, and you're noticing that the things that used to work for you doesn't work anymore. I want to talk about what happens when women undereat to lose weight and why your resting metabolic rate quietly slows down. What is metabolic adaptation? Metabolic adaptation is your body's way essentially of protecting. It's a protective response to when it thinks that your energy is low. Okay, and I'm going to dive it a little bit deeper. Your body does not know you're trying to lose weight for confidence or for health. Your body only knows one thing. Do I have enough fuel to survive? So when your calories stay too low for too long, your body answers that question with caution. It responds by slowing things down, not because your metabolism is broken or thinks you're just getting older. It's doing its job. It's trying to protect you. So let's talk about resting metabolic rate, or RMR. This is the number of calories your body needs at baseline just for you to exist, breathing, thinking, digesting, repairing. So when you undereat consistently, your body reduces this number. So often, when we have women come into our clinic and we put them on a body composition, this is a number that shows up on a body composition, and we kind of monitor that. Again, like I said, when you undereat consistently, your body reduces that resting metabolic rate. That means you burn fewer calories at rest. So you're just resting and your body's not burning as much calories as it needs. Your metabolism becomes more efficient, and the same intake that used to work doesn't work anymore. So if you were 25 and you used to just eat less and move more, which is the advice they give you now when you're in your 40s, that's why they say, I barely eat and I still can't lose any weight, because your metabolism adapted to survive on less. Okay, now here's where women really feel this, and it can be very frustrating. When you undereat for too long, here are some hormones that I want you to know and understand, just the basics. The first one is leptin. Leptin is a hormone that tells your body to stop eating because you are full. Now, this drops when you undereat for too long. Ghrelin, the hunger hormone, that's the one that tells you you are hungry. It's time to eat. That will go up. It'll increase. Your cortisol, your stress hormone, stays elevated, right? Think of this scenario. You're undereating. Your body thinks that you're starving. So it's going to make sure that you are hungry so that you can take in food, so you can store it for energy for later in case you need to run away from whatever it is that you're stressed out about. And then thyroid signaling can slow down. And of course, women, we need our thyroid to function well. Our thyroid helps us, our metabolism rev up and lose fat. So what does all of this translate into? You're hungry. You're hungrier than you were, and you're never satisfied. So you have more cravings. You're tired, even after sleeping. You crave quick energy. So what are you reaching for? You're reaching for quick things like carbs and cakes and sweets, maybe even salty foods. You're wired, so you feel like you have energy, but not really. You're just wired and exhausted at the same time. So women will reach for caffeine to get through the day. But then you want to push through thinking that this is how it's supposed to be. And that's not true. You're pushing through physiology, and that doesn't work. Okay, here's another piece that rarely gets explained to women. Your body doesn't just slow down its metabolism because you're older. It also reduces energy output. So you move less without realizing it. You move less because you don't realize it. You fidget less. You exercise harder because you're trying to do the right things, but you're getting fewer results. When you do exercise, it might take you 3 days to recover from a 30-minute workout. Yes. So when the scale doesn't move, you think the solution is to eat even less. That's how women get stuck for years. So signs your metabolism has adapted. So let me call these out right now because this is where clarity can click in for you. If you are cold more often, that could signal something's going different. And that could also signal maybe that your thyroid isn't working as efficiently as it used to. Remember, we talked about thyroid being part of how your metabolism works really well. So that needs to be optimal. You are exhausted by mid-afternoon. You're on a weight loss journey and it stalls despite doing everything else that you're supposed to be doing. You're waking up between 3 and 4 a.m. You are tired. That could also mean that your blood sugars are crashing because you're not eating enough. Okay. You're more bloated than before. Maybe you're eating the wrong foods. That could also mean that your gut is not functioning as well as it should, so you're not eliminating very well, or you just feel like your body is just not responding overall. So these are metabolic signals. So now let's talk about midlife before context, because context really matters. In your 30s, your 40s, and beyond, there are some hormonal shifts that are going on. So we just talked about what happens when your metabolism kind of adapts. Hormonal shifts affect insulin sensitivity. This is a huge one for women to understand. So because your hormones are shifting and they're sort of declining, muscle is easier to lose if it's not supported. I've talked about it in other episodes that your muscle is your organ for longevity and also metabolism and insulin sensitivity so that your blood sugars can be more regulated and not getting higher as you get older. And then your stress load is higher. Think about it. You're raising children. You're probably taking care of aging parents. You're probably working maybe multiple jobs. Maybe you own a business. Maybe you're in a leadership position. Multiple reasons why you might have more stress as you get older. And then, of course, recovery from exercise or just anything in general is slower. So when you combine undereating, chronic stress, and hormone changes, your body gets a very clear message. This is not the time for me to lose any weight. Okay. And your body is not trying to betray you. It's biology. It wants to protect you. It's like, I'm not going to prioritize weight loss right now. I'm going to store energy. Okay. So here's how we start to fix this. The goal is not to eat as little as possible. The goal is to make your body feel safe enough to lose weight, to release fat. Okay. That means you got to get strategic about fueling and nourishing your body. We need blood sugar support. You need to eat adequate protein. You need to reduce your stress signals and sometimes eating more before weight loss resumes. So weight loss doesn't start with restricting yourself. It starts with regulating just those things that we talked about. Okay. So if this episode is resonating and you're thinking, okay, I think this might be me. I created something very special for you. I put together a metabolic adaptation reset guide. This is such a good guide for someone maybe like you who feels stuck. Maybe you're already doing all the things and it's not working. This walks you through the signs your metabolism has adapted, why eating less may be backfiring for you, what your body actually needs right now, and the first shifts to start restoring metabolic responsiveness. So grab it. It's in the show notes. It's just going to give you some clarity. And if you want to dive a little bit deeper and you're tired of guessing, I also want to offer you a metabolic and hormone assessment. That's going to give you a lot of clarity where we look at what's actually driving your stalled progress. and we map out a strategy that fits you. Because copying plans that you're finding on social media isn't the answer. Understanding your own physiology is. So you'll find that link in the show notes as well. Okay. So you're not broken. You're not lazy. Once you realize that your body has been adapting and once you understand your own changes, you'll know and everything will start to change. Okay. Now, I'll see you in the next episode. Stay elevated. Thank you for tuning in to the Elevated Woman's podcast. If today's episode resonates with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend who needs this conversation too. And if you're ready to stop guessing and start thriving, head over to our website. It's listed in the show notes to learn more about our Elevated Women's coaching program. That's where we take these conversations deeper and create a more personalized plan for your hormones, your weight, energy, and more. Check out our show notes. I've linked free tools and cheat sheets to help you get started right away. For more daily tips and inspiration, come hang out with me on Instagram at The Elevated Woman Coach. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Thriving Over 40 with Dr. Akindipe. Until next time, stay elevated.